Nextcloud recently had a big release, probably the most significant release since the initial release of Nextcloud. Those of you that are not familiar with Nextcloud, originally it was a file syncing cloud service. It's kind of how it started. It was your free and open source alternative to things like Dropbox and Megasync and things like that. But Nextcloud just released version 18 a week or two ago, and the new Nextcloud, they're rebranding it. They're now calling Nextcloud Nextcloud Hub. And why the change in name? Well, it's significant because they want to emphasize exactly what Nextcloud is now. It's no longer just a place to store files and to sync files. Nextcloud now has an integrated Office suite. It has built-in video chat. It has an email client built into it. It has a contact list. It has the ability to do group file sharing and group file editing. Nextcloud Hub is really a free and open source alternative to groupware Office suites like Office 365 or Google Docs. So let's take a look at it. So let me get into my Nextcloud. I have a Nextcloud server that I've been hosting myself for a few months, and I really like Nextcloud as far as just for cloud storage and file syncing. It was my way to get away from proprietary services like Dropbox. I was a Dropbox user for years, and about a year and a half ago, Dropbox really started rubbing me the wrong way with how they treated their Linux customers. So I was looking for an alternative, something that worked better with Linux, and I really was looking for a free and open source alternative, and there's not that much out there as far as for file syncing and file sharing. Nextcloud, though, I've just been blown away by this project. Initially, Nextcloud was basically what you're seeing on the screen now. This tab here that says Files, it has the little picture of the file folder here. It was just a place to store files and sync files between machines. So I have in my file manager on my desktop, I have a folder called Nextcloud. Everything I throw in that folder, it will sync to my Nextcloud server. Just standard file syncing like you would do again with something like Dropbox or Megasync, or Spider Oak, all those file syncing services. But now with Nextcloud Hub, you have other things other than just the file folder here at the top, this tab. Now you have these other tabs here, and they're not here by default. You choose to opt in and actually install these plugins to enable them. I enabled them all, though. I wanted to show you all these features. I don't know if these are features I personally would use on a daily basis because I'm not in a situation where I need to do group collaboration, like in an office setting. For me, I'm still primarily just here for the file syncing and the file sharing aspects of Nextcloud. The gallery is nothing more than just show me all the images in my files. And the gallery is taking a second to load here. It's loading a ton of wallpapers that I have stored. Here is the problem here. So it's going to load all your images. It's the same as like the gallery button on your smartphone. So I have an Android device. You hit the gallery button, it shows you all the pictures you've saved on your phone, all the screenshots you've taken. It's that same kind of feature here in Nextcloud Hub with the gallery tab. Then you also have the Talk tab here. Now this is for your video chat. Well, I could start a call here. What I will do is I can't start a call here recording this video because my camera and mic are obviously occupied by other applications, and Nextcloud Talk here is going to ask to take over my camera and microphone to do the video chat. So what I will do is I will splice in a little bit of video, me using the Nextcloud Talk feature right now. So just briefly testing out the Talk feature here in Nextcloud Hub. When you first connect to Talk, it's going to ask for permission to connect to your microphone and to your camera. Of course, you need to give it those permissions. You can always mute the audio if you so choose, or disable the video. Standard video chat features. You also have the options of screen sharing, and it's going to ask you exactly what do you want to share. Do you want to share the entire screen, the entire monitor, or just a specific window on the monitor? And if it's just a specific window, which one? In this case, I'll share what you're already seeing here, which is the Nextcloud window itself. We get this little inception effect though. Let me stop the screen sharing here. Of course, I don't have any kind of group video call right now, but of course that is what this feature would be for. You could actually have other participants, add other participants. You could even add projects, so the folks in the video chat could work on a project together, edit a document as a group. The whole point of this, of course, is the groupware feature of Nextcloud Hub, is that everything is about group collaboration. So that was Nextcloud Talk. Then you have the email client, and I went ahead. I don't know if I would actually use this for an email client. I typically check my email using Thunderbird or Geary if I want GUI applications, and if I want terminal-based applications, I use NeoMut or even MU4E and Emacs. I've been using a little bit recently, but this is the email client. I went ahead and synced it to Derek at distro.tube.com, my YouTube email, and it works just fine. You see my latest email here from library. I've got new content from my subscriptions in library. Let's see who put out new videos. Oh, looks like I'm subscribed to myself. I put out a video. A few other folks have put up videos. There's Chris Titus. I guess he released something on library. Anyway, the email client, standard email client, it works. Then you have the contacts. This is just a contact list. You can add contacts. So if I click new contact here, I could put a name, I could put Joe Bob, and then of course I would definitely want to add a contact phone and a contact email. I could put the email as email@email.com. Of course that's not real, but anyway, you see the fact that now I have that contact, and the reason you want to add your contacts here in Nextcloud Hub is there is some file sharing features in Nextcloud Hub. And how does it share those files with people? Well, you just share it with your contacts. Your contacts, you've already entered an email, so it just emails them the file that you want to share with them. Then you have the calendar feature here, and there it is. And it looks like I have already added a few things to my calendar. I added things a few days ago. For example, I made a note here on the 25th. Let's see, get into that I needed to record a video about Doom Emacs last Saturday. And I even blocked out the time. I'm going to record from 10 a.m. In the morning till 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Typically takes about 4 hours for me to record a video, edit it, and all that. I try to give myself a 4-hour block of time, so I put that on the calendar. And then the next day, I reminded myself I was going to do my monthly chat with the patrons of the channel. So I scheduled that live stream at 10 a.m. Sunday, and I put it on the calendar to make sure I remembered to do that. And of course, you see right here, today is the 30th, and it is marked with the blue highlighting. I could just click the calendar here, and I could add an event if I wanted to add something. One nice touch here is contact birthdays. So if you had your birthdays for all your contacts, in your contact list here, you would actually get a little bit of a reminder here in the calendar. Hey, today is Joe Bob's birthday. So that is kind of cool. Now, if I go back to the file browser portion of Nextcloud Hub here, let me show you some of the sharing aspects and the group editing aspects of the new Nextcloud Hub. So if I just click on something, I'm going to click on the image file right here that's nextcloud.png, just one of the stock images that were installed when I installed Nextcloud. And of course, you get an image preview, as you would expect. If you wanted to, you could actually start a slideshow and cycle through everything in this directory. But what you really want to do is open the sidebar here. You see the little sidebar. It's got a picture of a person here, and this is for doing some of the group aspects of Nextcloud Hub. So you can chat with folks, I guess, about this image. You could actually leave a comment about this image. You, of course, could share this image. This is probably the feature most people would use, and you could send it to whoever is in your contact list. So I added Joe Bob earlier. I could type Joe Bob, and it's got his email address here. That's not a real email address, and I don't even know if I set up SMTP and outgoing email in Nextcloud Hub just yet. So even if it was a legit email, it may not go through, so I'm not going to bother sending that. But that's how that feature works. Very easy. Just type the name, it searches through your contact list, you hit enter, and it just goes ahead and emails them about this file. So let me get back to the file manager here, and I don't have any plain text documents to play around in. Let me create one. So if I hit the plus symbol here at the top, it's going to ask me, what do I want to do? Do I want to upload a file, or do I want to create a new folder or a new text document? I want to create a new text document. What do I want to create? How about we'll title it test.md, hit enter. And now we have this new markdown document, and you see this is some of the Office integration, so we could start typing here. So if I wanted to, I could type a headline here. I could type, "This is a line of text." And anyway, so you've got your little built-in kind of Office editing stuff going on here, and once again you have the group aspects of this. So you could chat about this document, you could comment about this document, you could share this document as a group. Multiple people could actually edit this document at the same time. And from what I've read about Nextcloud Hub, and you will actually see multiple cursors on the screen, multiple people editing in real time. So it's really kind of neat. It is really this Office groupware suite that is designed to compete against the big proprietary suites like Office 365 and Google Docs. So that was just a brief look at the new Nextcloud version 18, what they have now rebranded as Nextcloud Hub. Really, really cool. I kind of like what they're doing with this. At first, when I heard the announcement of Nextcloud Hub, I was skeptical because I'm a proponent of the Unix philosophy, do one thing well, and Nextcloud was just superb as far as just storing files, hosting your own cloud file storage and file syncing service, and it was great at that, and I didn't want it to get away from that aspect, focus on all these other things that, quite frankly, I don't need. I don't need to have an email client in my Nextcloud. I don't need the calendar feature and the contact list, and I don't need all this group stuff going on. I don't need a group video chat in my file syncing cloud storage service. But at the same time, I really get it. There are people that actually need this. There are businesses that actually need this. And Nextcloud is offering a legit free and open source alternative to Office 365 and Google Docs and groupware platforms like that, and I think they are really set to succeed here. So I have my Nextcloud server. Of course, I have the desktop client here on my machines, my main production machine, my laptops. I have the mobile client on my phone. So it really makes sense, as far as just the integration of everything, having your email and your files and your calendar and everything on one app, like that one app on all your devices. I get what they're doing. Quite frankly, I think this is the right move for Nextcloud. I think that they are about to blow up in a big way. I think it's going to start becoming more than just those of us that are free and open source enthusiasts, Linux enthusiasts, things like that. I think you're going to see more adoption of Nextcloud by the normies out there now. Before I go, I do need to thank a few special people. This show was made possible by Chris, DJ, Donnie, Dylan, George, Haplo, Nate, Corbinian, Lambda, Michael, Mitchell, Rob, Sean, Stallman, and Willie. These guys, they're the producers of the show. Without them, this episode about Nextcloud Hub would not have been possible. Show's also brought to you by all those other names you're seeing on the screen right now. Those fine ladies and gentlemen, those guys support me over on Patreon. I want to thank each and every one of those guys. If you'd like to support the channel, consider doing so. Look for DistroTube over on Patreon. All right, guys. Peace.